Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone.
Look
So
at you.
good to
I
see
love
you.
that. I love that you're out in nature.
Oh, fall in Minnesota, Wisconsin, you have to take advantages of nights like
Yeah.
these. So I thought this would be a perfect environment and a nice background
Yeah,
to
yeah.
catch everyone's
So,
attention.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day in Minnesota. I used to live in Minnesota, and so I don't know if you saw this, but I had a power outage here right before class, and I'm like, oh
No,
no.
I picked up on that. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But anyway, so you've been kind of listening to kind of what I've been saying about like how our bodies get so out of balance, and you have a story, right? You tell us what was going on with you with your health and what kind of what your main complaints were just a few months ago.
Sure, sure. I consider myself a relatively healthy person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you've heard of the 80-20, probably I eat good more than 80% of the time and allow myself, the occasional cheat treat, if you will, and probably less than 20%. So I feel like that's better than most, you know. And um and I exercise on a regular basis too. That's part of my DNA. And I was just, regardless of all the tips and tricks and tools in my toolbox that I apply, that I know how to apply, and that have worked historically for me, nothing worked,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of uh, cleaning up the diet and subscribing to that eating every 3 hours to keep the metabolism going. I continued to gain. And I just felt broken. I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do. And that's not a good place and
Mm-hmm.
not a good headspace to be in. I regardless of how much effort I put in, I was getting the opposite of the outcome I was expecting. The weight
Mm.
continued to go up.
Yeah. So your main focus was um you were working out, you were
Yeah.
frustrated, you thought you were eating right. Did you have any idea what it could be? What were you thinking was going on? Did you go to any doctor or anything like that, or a nutritionist or
My primary care, who's she's really good. So, I knew something was off. So we did labs and my hormone levels checked out okay. But at the time, I didn't know enough to say, am I at the upper level of normal or where in the range of normal am I? Because I still felt something was off. And I didn't want to go on medications for my hot flashes to balance out hormones if that was an option. I don't want to be on any medication. So I and I didn't know how to fix it. She didn't know how to fix it.
yeah,
That their typical go-to is,
yeah.
eat more fiber, you know, eat less, move more. I'm like,
Right. And
I'm
that's
doing
what you were
that.
doing. You were
Right.
doing
I'm
that
doing
and
that.
nothing was working. And that like you said, that's really frustrating. And that's kind of one of the things I was mentioning earlier why women just give up because they're like nothing's working. It's not going to work
Right.
anyway. Why should I try your program? Nothing's worked in the past, right? Because it's like it wasn't working. What you tried was not working, and that's super frustrating. And then we start getting down on ourselves, and that affects us emotionally. And
Yeah.
then we want to just sabotage ourselves, right?
Oh, for sure. Eating right and exercising for me go hand in hand. And I'm like, I'm eating right. I'm not getting results. So why don't I just eat crap? And then you eat crap,
Yeah.
you don't feel good. So then you don't exercise. So it's like round and round, a vicious cycle.
And how long was that going on for you?
Uh, I would say probably since I finished chemo. So five-ish years. I did
5-ish
have
years.
success for a period of time. I was a trainer at a kind of a boutique gym for a
Yeah.
couple of years, and every challenge they put on, I would participate in to keep myself accountable, and I had good results. But for sure, the challenge emphasized calories, which were low, and exercising more than I should. So I just didn't set myself up for success.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it, girl. I mean, before I know as much as I do now, before I became, kind of, this is my area of expertise. I was doing what you were doing. I was doing that carb cycling and bodybuilding diet, and bodybuilding
Yeah,
diets work for bodybuilding, but you can't do a
sure.
bodybuilding diet for your entire life because it's not normal, and it's not healthy, right? So,
Right,
you
right.
and me both, we, of short periods of time of that diet, you can get to your goal and get ripped, but then what? The damage
Yeah.
that's been done, nobody teaches you how to undo that, right?
Nope.
So fast
Nope.
forward, so you decide to, learn strategies to be able to get some weight off. You had cravings too, right? You had really bad cravings.
Oh gosh, huge sugar cravings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All I wanted was sugar.
Not a
Every Tuesday.
diabetic. In fact, your
No,
A1C is totally normal. You weren't even insulin resistant. Your issue was you just needed to balance your hormones, decrease inflammation, and get results,
true. All true.
right?
And they've all happened. Check, check,
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, let's look at your graphic here. This is crazy. In 3 months, down 20 pounds, 19 and a half pounds in 3 months. And you were
Hmm.
trying to lose what? 1 pound in 5 years?
Yeah.
23 inches. And
Oh, wow.
and you know your top 3 goals, Amy, when you filled out your goal sheet? You said your top 3 goals was lose 20
Yeah.
pounds, improve your sleep, and reduce your sugar cravings. How'd you
Yep.
do?
I did really good. I wasn't expecting that amount of weight loss, to be
Yeah.
honest, because um, going into our weigh-in, I revisited the Academy cookbook, like you said,
Yeah.
and I made chili. So I had I I had chili going into our weigh-in for about 5 days prior, which probably wasn't the best choice
No,
given
it's
the
Academy
beans.
chili. You're
But
fine. It's the
yeah,
healthy
uh,
chili. But
so
it's amazing what you've done.
yeah, I'm really so pleased, beyond pleased. You have no idea, no idea.
How do you physically feel? Like, what's the difference?
The difference is I'm not hungry. I eat far less than I did, you know, 4 or 5 months ago, and I'm not hungry. I don't have those uh, ebbs and flows. I'm just consistent energy level all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel so good that I look forward to my workouts. I plan everything in advance. So
Yeah.
I'm just really tickled.
Yeah. Isn't it fun?
Yeah, yeah.
And so when you were saying here that, you were moving your body 4 months ago, your quote was, um I was on in my head, I was on repeat. Why should I work out and eat right? Nothing is working out anyway. Why should I work out and eat right? Now you said that was on repeat. How does that change now for you?
Now it's getting up, look forward to eating right, look forward to moving my body because we're designed to move without pain. And I just don't want to forget and backtrack because I just think of how good I feel.
Yeah.
Going to um, the everyone has their bad cupboard where all the bad stuff is stored. I just don't think about visiting it, about opening
Yeah.
it.
You know,
Yeah,
there's a quote that says nothing tastes as good as feeling good feels.
right, right.
Nothing tastes as good as feeling good. And it's true. And here's I'm going to be talking about this the second part of the class, but the reason why women who do this program make the decision to do this and balance their hormones, the reason why it works so well is because you balance the body. And when you balance the body, the stuff that was so tempting before starts to go away, and you become empowered, and you feel so good that you don't want to go back to feeling like crap. You don't
Yeah,
want your blood sugars to go higher. You don't want your go back on medications. In this case, that's not you, but you don't want your weight to come back. You don't want the size come back. You don't want those things. You want to be able to have energy again, and so you don't want that old self coming back. And when you truly experience feeling good, it makes it just easier to stay on,
Oh, for sure. Most definitely.
right?
Yeah,
So
I'm not done yet. I still got, still a work in progress. So looking forward to the next 8 weeks and the tribe where I don't have to think about anything. It's all going to be laid out for me. How
yeah,
easy is that?
yeah, right? Yes. I love, and I say this all the time. I'm a constant student. And what I mean by
Right,
that is I'm always wanting to improve my health because here's the deal. We live in a world that is extremely dirty and toxic. We can't get away from toxins. We can't get away from exposure to bad things, not only physiologically, but emotionally and mentally. And so I'm always finding best strategies and best practices to be able to keep our bodies as healthy and as on top of that as possible so that we can continue to become healthier, not unhealthier.
right. Yeah,
So
you're well,
I feel like the world promotes becoming unhealthier.
oh, for sure, most
Instead of
definitely.
fixing our bodies and making them healthy, they want to put stuff in us to try to change our environment when we have to change what we're doing versus putting stuff in that's going to, medications, and that's never a cure. It's just a
Right.
band-aid.
Yeah, you are a wealth of information and everything you share is appreciated. I did have a light bulb aha moment, and I think you shared this in the class that food is either healing or killing us, basically. And
Yeah.
you know, that's sad but true.
Yeah, we're either feeding disease or we're feeding health.
Yes, that's the quote. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly right. So true.
Yeah. And when I first started this years ago, this journey of really understanding, nutrition, I had that picture in my head all the time. I every time I put, like, even kind of this day, sometimes I'm like, now I might want to eat this. What's the purpose? What's this? Because food for me right now is fuel. I'd like to teach that to all you guys too. And eventually, it takes time for a woman to truly, consider food as fuel. But food is fuel. Food is not for entertainment in my world, right?
Yeah,
And sometimes people can't wrap their head around that. But I look at that food and I say, okay, that food, what is it doing when it goes in my body? Is it healing? Is it doing something that's going to heal? Is it doing something to nutrify, or is it going to cause disruption and damage and problems in my body and imbalance? That's how I look at food.
right.
And when you can really assess and everything that you put in, and your desires change for good foods versus bad, it's not hard, but there's a process to get there.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's laid out. There's a process,
Yeah.
step by step. I'm a person that, and who doesn't like to see results immediately? And, getting into my motivator genes took very little time.
Yeah, like what,
Uh,
3 weeks, 4 weeks?
yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep. So just a little patience is required, but you'll get the results if you stick with it and do the work. And I know you would ask Jen, is it hard? And my answer to that would be no. This is the easiest thing that I've done. You don't track calories, you don't track macros, you're not logging anything for the most part, and it's super easy. It could not be any easier.
Yeah, that's
I don't think
awesome.
about food. I'm like, oh, what time is it? It's time to eat.
Yeah.
No, no, it's so freeing in that mindset
Mhm.
regime.
Yeah, it's exhausting. It's exhausting when you have to think about food all the time. Like, you're thinking about, what
Right.
should I eat? Do I need to exercise if I eat this? Do I need to, how long do I need to exercise to burn off this? And if I eat this, and it's exhausting. And then having
Yeah.
constant cravings all the time. And people, people who have high blood sugars or diabetes, they have cravings like all the time because their blood sugars are high. So anytime you have high blood sugars, you're going to have cravings and you're going to have a bigger appetite because your hormones are off and you're not going to
Right.
feel good. And then you're going to be like, then some people, they don't eat very much and they gain weight, or they eat a lot and then they gain weight. So it depends on where you're at. But, I'm proud of you because again, I know your history and kind of what you've been through. You and I have had similar paths actually. And so just be
Yeah.
able to share my knowledge and just to have you grasp it and get such amazing results is just I'm so proud of you, and it's so rewarding.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
happy
Yeah.
for you. It
Yeah.
makes
Me
my
too.
heart so happy when you guys are happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing group of ladies. So
Yes,
pleased
let's
to
show
have.
this one more time. Look at this. It's just so good, girl. Congratulations. Proud of you.
Thanks. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without you. So
Yeah.
what do you got to lose? Join up.
Right?
Really.
Take it from Amy, guys. She said
Yeah.
it's easy.
Right. What do you have to lose?
It's easy.
So easy.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. You're amazing.
Of course.
Thanks,
of course.
darling. Have an
Happy to
amazing
help.
night. Okay.
Thank
Talk to you
you.
soon.
Okay. Yep. Bye.
Okay. Bye.